Good evening and welcome to Vision of Asia, Voice of the Community. We bring you trusted news and events that honor our rich South Asian culture and celebrate our vibrant community. I'm Nidhi Kathuria, joining you from our ITV Gold studio in New Jersey. In the news this evening, 41st API Convention and Scientific Assembly commences in Philadelphia, celebrating Indian American contributions to healthcare. US is not in a position to lecture top White House officials' big endorsement of PM Modi. India strongly condemns Trudeau's response to Khalisani vandalism in Canada. Ashok Vyas of ITV Gold engages with Ashok and Neeru Vahi on meditation and conflict resolution. BJP spokesperson Jayesh Vyas discusses Dharma's role in PM Modi's government with Ashok Vyas. Mysterious death of NRI groom unveiled in gripping new web series Kohara on Netflix. Stay with us on Vision of Asia, Voice of the Community for news in detail right after this short break. The 41st Annual API Convention began today in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania at the Marriott downtown. Esteemed physicians, health professionals, and scientists of Indian origin have gathered for this prestigious event. The convention focuses on recognizing outstanding Indian Americans who have made remarkable contributions to medicine and healthcare, with the award ceremony set to take place at the Presidential Gala. Attendees can participate in research presentations, continuing medical education programs, product theaters, and explore exhibitions featuring ethnic merchandise and jewelry. Exhibitors and corporate partners are given priority to ensure an engaging and world-class experience for all participants. Stay tuned for early clips captured by our cameraman Sachin Ravindran. Kurt Campbell, the Indo-Pacific coordinator of the U.S. National Security Council, stated that the U.S. cannot lecture any other country on democracy and human rights. He emphasized that every society, including the U.S. and India, faces challenges and has its own imperfections. Therefore, he believes the U.S. should not assume a position of lecturing other countries.
Prime Minister Modi is one of the most effective, successful, popular, democratically elected leaders on the planet. And this far into his tenure, he is still extremely popular in India, in a real sense that he has an agenda for bringing India into the 21st century. Every society, including the United States and India, has challenges and has problems. I can tell you that Prime Minister Modi and President Biden had discrete, important conversations about some of our differences. Each of our countries is imperfect. I don't think the United States can or should be in a position where it lectures any other country. I think what President Biden, and I'm not going to reveal internal deliberations, but I think what President Biden sought to do was to suggest that for India to meet its full potential, it would need to become more of a example on a number of fronts. And I think that message was delivered with respect, and I think it was heard in that vein. One of the things that I have found quite inspirational is the level of trust and confidence that developed between our two leaders, between President Biden and Prime Minister Modi. And that's something that I think is important and we will seek to build on.
Indian diplomats expressed concern over the Trudeau government's inaction against Khalistani separatist vandalism in Canada. India strongly condemns Trudeau's stance, highlighting the misuse of freedom of expression for violence, separatism, and terrorism. The Ministry of External Affairs raises issues with the Trudeau administration, urging against giving space to extremists. Trudeau denies softness, claims Canada takes decisive action. Multiple anti-India incidents involving Khalistani separatists have been reported in Canada.
Canada one specifically because I think there was reports of, that's where it started off. There is a rally on the so-called rally on the 8th. First and foremost, there are two separate elements. You would have seen posters inciting violence against Indian diplomats. I think, Manas, you were referring to that. What do we do? What is our overall sense? Look, our sense is that these posters inciting violence against our diplomats and our diplomatic premises abroad are unacceptable, and we condemn them in the strongest terms. With respect to Canada, the matter has been strongly taken up with the Canadian authorities, both in New Delhi and in Ottawa. We have called on the Government of Canada to take all steps to ensure the safety of our diplomats and security of our diplomatic missions in Canada. It is a matter of concern that freedom of expression and speech is once again being misused by anti-India elements based in Canada and elsewhere. And we continue to press the Canadian side to ensure that our diplomats can carry out their normal functions without fear or intimidation. We have seen some comments, at least the media reports about comments by Prime Minister Trudeau. But let me make the larger point that the issue is not about freedom of expression, but its misuse for advocating violence, for propagating separatism, and for legitimizing terrorism. So that's actually what we would like to emphasize. We have also had instances or situations where these kind of threats have also taken place, be it the US, Australia, and the UK, to name a few. You would have seen External Affairs Minister himself mention in the context of, I think, Prime Minister Trudeau's comments that External Affairs Minister strongly believes that countries should not pander to vote bank politics. We have seen comments by UK Foreign Secretary. I think that comment somebody asked specifically about UK. As you are aware, we've had problems with the security of our mission in London. We have taken up this latest issue of threats against our diplomats with the UK authorities. We have noted these comments by UK Foreign Secretary, but we would naturally judge them by what happens on the ground. In the name of freedom of expression, we should not be giving space to those who advocate violence or, as I said, propagate separatism or legitimize terrorism.
ITV Gold's program director Ashok Vyas commemorates his 25 years milestone with the network. In a special episode of the Inside Tonight show, he engages in a conversation with Ashok Wahi and Neeru Wahi, a couple who are entrepreneurs and meditation practitioners. They delve into the role of meditation in resolving conflicts and enabling stress-free action. Here are some excerpts from that conversation recorded for Inside Tonight show.
So Neeluji, talk to me about when you started practicing meditation and when you do meditate together, how it is more efficient.
Absolutely. I think my meditation started when I had my children. You have to cope with so many different aspects of life. You have the children, you're a new mother. and you're learning everything, and you still have your work life, and then you have your married life. So with all the thing combined, I mean, you can go crazy. So in that aspect, you know, you need to have something that gives you this special time where you can meditate and clear up all your tensions and stresses that are created on a daily basis. So I think Ashok and I, we both figured out that if we take out some time every day, or at least every other day, that we would be able to have a better relationship between us and also have a peaceful household, you know, be able to take care of things. So I think that was my real beginning to start meditation.
So I think I cannot clap enough for this wise step internally also that both of you took. Having the word meditation in front of you is one thing, and having a way to apply it is another. So were you already familiar with how to do meditation, or both of you figured it out and discovered, Ashokji?
It's a very inspiring question by itself, Ashok, and I'll have to go back to what you started the show with, that the stillness. We all of us carry our own stillness, and going back to the stillness is what it is. You know, if you get connected with the stillness, then you have that aspect that you are with the anchor all the time. And I think I need to mention it here that that aspect of stillness in me, which is also in Hindi, I understand you know it very well, the sthirta is the stillness that we talked about. And I was blessed with the stillness when my current faith, which is in Sandanikari mission, and I was introduced to that 60 plus years.
Oh, wow.
And that's the aspect of meditation, going back to the stillness and conscious awareness of stillness is very profound in getting a grasp of your life. It's very touchable. And that's the meditation I'm talking about, and that's what it is.
Beautiful. Conscious awareness is the word, that is the key word, and that is not easy, especially initially. So Neeluji, when you mentioned about all that was happening and we are going back in time,
Right.
anyone you talk to, whether they are sitting for puja or meditation, they say, I get n number of thoughts, and many times you don't even know where you have gone, though you wanted to sit still, but there is plethora of thoughts radiating all over.
Right.
How was it for you initially?
It was chaotic. It definitely was chaotic. I mean, it takes, you cannot say that you can do it instantly. It takes time, you know, and slowly. And Ashok was a big help in that, since he had that experience with, for me, Nirankari mission was through him. And I believed in the conscious awareness of yourself is what, when we went deeper into it and he was able to guide me through that, what it really is. And as slowly, you know, it starts seeping into your being and you start feeling it. And I think that's what it is, you know, and you have to persevere at it. I mean, it's not something that you say, okay, I do it today, 2 days rest, and then it'll come to me. No, you have to work at it. And then it just comes to you, like he's talking about the stillness. Absolutely, when you reach that stage, you absolutely feel peaceful. Nothing is bothering you, you know, whatever the day's events took place, they just evaporate. So I think that really does help, you know, having that kind of, and that kind of support really helped me, my journey through life with him, all these 40 years with my children. And I think even with my friends, and my friendships have lasted, I think because I really did feel that stillness in me, so that I could cope with all the turbulations that come with any relationship.
How Dharma has worked with an all-inclusive approach for Prime Minister Narendra Modi's led BJP government. Jayesh Vyas, from BJP spokesperson from Gujarat, sat down with ITV Gold's program director Ashok Vyas, who is commemorating his 25-year milestone with the network. Here are some excerpts from an analytic conversation with Ashok Vyas.
जय जी, राजनीति की तरफ जाने से पहले धर्म के परिचय से भी पहले भारत जब आप सुनते हैं तो क्या भाव आपके अंदर आता है?
जब हमारे मन में भारत आता है तो एक हम बार बार कहते रहते हैं कि ये एक सिर्फ भूमि नहीं है, अणु अणु में जहाँ पर वास होता है। जैसे हम धर्म की बात, आपने बहुत अच्छी नींव रखी। शुरुआत में मैं थोड़ी अलग बात करूँगा कि जब हम बोलते हैं कि विष्णु
जी,
तो अणु का मतलब होता है सूक्ष्म। एक परिवेश में हम बोलते हैं कि अणु मतलब एक उनका परिवेश में सूक्ष्म, और विश्व का अर्थ होता है प्रवेश। तो सूक्ष्म का प्रवेश जब हम करते हैं, सटल सेंस, जो सटल जी चीज़ों हैं उनका जब हमारा अभ्यास होता है तभी हम अध्यासों से मुक्त होते हैं। जो हमारी कई संरचनाओं में हम ब्रह्मणाओं के जगत में जीते हैं तो उनसे परिमुक्त होकर हम पहली बात आती है। तो भारत की जब बात निकलती है तो पहली एक बात आती है कि पूरी एक पर्सोनिफिकेशन ऑफ टिपिकल वन एनर्जी, कि जहाँ पे हम लोग जुड़ते हैं एक दूसरे से। ये योग की भूमि है, भारत योग की भूमि है, और भारत की अपनी एक चित्ती है। तो भारत के मन और मस्तिष्क में हम जब आते हैं तो न केवल नदियाँ, न केवल पर्वत, और न केवल हमारे वन और वन रचना, मगर एक अपने आप में एक एनर्जी का पर्सोनिफिकेशन होता है। और वहाँ पे जब हम जाते हैं, जीते हैं, हम जहाँ पे जाके हमारा श्वास चलता है तो एक बात आती है अंदर की भूमि के अंदर कि जहाँ पे तपस्वियों की भूमि है। और तपस्वियों की भूमि में जब एक चेन बनती है तो चेन के हिसाब से कोई भी अंदर छोटी भी कड़ी वहाँ पे छूट न जाए, तो उनके लिए साधु संत व्यवस्थापक, न सिर्फ साधु संत, साथ में कई राजनीतिक लोग वो भी साथ में आगे लेके चलते हैं। तो भारत एक पूरी देखा जाता है तो बोलते हैं कि तो भारत की भूमि, मगर जब योग की बात करते हैं तो हम ये सोचते हैं कि भारत एक ब्रह्मांड के साथ जुड़ता है, क्योंकि पिंडेसो ब्रह्मांडे ब्रह्मांडेसो पिंडे।
अब यहाँ पर अगर मैं वापस थोड़ा सा बात को समझिए कि थोड़ी सी मैं उसको कट कर रहा हूँ विस्तार की दृष्टि से, क्योंकि वैसे तो पूरा ब्रह्मांड और यथा पिंडे पिंडे तथा ब्रह्मांडे वो तो बात अपने स्थान पर है, पर फिर अब आपको राजनीतिक स्वरूप में जब आप लेते हैं तो भौगोलिक सीमाएं हैं, क्योंकि भौगोलिक सीमाएं हैं तभी आप उसकी सुरक्षा की बात करते हैं, तभी पड़ोसी राष्ट्रों के साथ आपके कैसे संबंध है वो सारी बातें आती हैं। ये जो बात है जो कि हमने राष्ट्र के संबंध में कही, अब उसको व्यक्ति के संदर्भ में लेकर आ जाते हैं। 1947 के बाद से जो भारत और पाकिस्तान विभाजित होकर दो राष्ट्र बने, और फिर भारत ने जिस तरह का स्वरूप अपनाया, और जो पहले से रहा था कि सभी धर्म या मज़हब या जो रिलीजन है वो सब एक साथ को एग्जिस्ट करें, और ऐसे बहुत सारे उदाहरण ऐतिहासिक रूप से हमें मिलते हैं। पर आपको क्या व्यक्तिगत रूप से लगता है ये जो मॉडल अपनाया गया भारत के लिए, उसमें कहीं ऐसा एक संभावना रह गई क्या कि आपस में सांप्रदायिक सद्भाव छूट जाए या खींचतान हो, या ऐसे बहुत सारे उदाहरण 1947 के बाद हमें देखने में मिलते रहे हैं। हाल ही में भी जम्मू कश्मीर में जो हुआ या अन्य कुछ स्थानों से जो समाचार आते हैं, इसके बारे में आप क्या सोचते हैं?
एक बात हम फिर से बोलते हैं कि भारतवर्ष हमारा मूलतः, हम भारत की भूमि की बात करते हैं और अध्यात्म और धर्म के साथ जब जुड़ते हैं पूरी राजनीति में, राजनीति नहीं कहूँगा मैं, राष्ट्रनीति कहूँगा, तो तभी बात सबसे पहले ये आती है कि धर्मो रक्षति रक्षितः। तो धर्म की जब हम रक्षा करते हैं तब धर्म हमारी रक्षा करता है। और धर्म और संप्रदाय अपने आप में एक पूरा एक डिबेट अलग से हो सकती है। धर्म की परिभाषा होती है कि अशोक भाई और जयेश भाई अपनी पुत्री के साथ, अपने पुत्र के साथ, अपनी माता के साथ, अपने विविध जो संबंधों के साथ जो हमारी भूमिका रहती है, और वो भूमिका की जब एक संरचना बनती है कि ऐसे लोगों के प्रति हमारा कैसे व्यवहार होना चाहिए, और इनका एक कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट जैसे बोल सकते हैं कि ठीक से ढंग से सब संबंधों की व्यवस्था, जैसे व्यक्तिगत संबंधों की व्यवस्था, व्यक्ति और राष्ट्र के साथ अपनी एक संबंधों की व्यवस्था, वो जब एक लिखित बन जाती है, कि एक व्यवस्था बन जाती है, उनको हम धर्म कह सकते हैं। और उनकी जब रचना होती है तो उनके साथ हमारे आर्ष दर्शन वाले जो हमारे ऋषि परंपरा में लोग हुए, वो पूरी आर्ष दर्शन जो बोलते हैं कि दार्शनिक लोग रहे, और दार्शनिक व्यवस्थाओं के साथ आपको ऐसे करना है, ऐसे नहीं करना है। वो टिपिकल कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट में नहीं बोलूँगा, मगर एक पूरे लोग अवस्था में से जब व्यवस्था बनती है, अपने आप में जो लोग अवस्था में होते हैं उनमें से एक निपज होती है, उनमें से जब व्यवस्थाएं बनती है, वो राजनीति की व्यवस्था हो जाए, वो व्यक्तिगत संबंधों की व्यवस्था हो जाए, तो उनको हम जब धर्म कहते हैं। फिर धर्म को लिखित करने वाले लोग, धर्म के आगे लोग पहचानने बताने वाले लोग, वो हो सकता है इस संप्रदाय में विभाजित हो गए। मगर भारत की मूल स्वभाव जो बोलते हैं, मूल स्वभाव, तो मूल स्वभाव क्या है कि मूल स्वभाव होता है कि जियो और जीने दो दूसरों के साथ, हम अपने आप की रक्षा करें। भारत में हम देखते हैं कि पूरी की यज्ञ व्यवस्था, यज्ञ का मतलब सिर्फ आहुति अग्नि में हम देते हैं, वो आहुति नहीं है। हम देश के लिए, समाज के लिए, हम हमारी स्थिति में से जो अपना योगदान देते हैं उनको भी आहुति कही जाती है।
Tune in this Friday at 9 p.m. EST for the romantic drama Do Chor, starring Dharmendra and Tanuja. On Saturday at 1 p.m. EST, catch the comedy film Fool and Final, starring Shahid Kapoor, Vivek Oberoi, Paresh Rawal and Sunny Deol. And on Sunday at 3 p.m. EST, don't miss the comedy film Golmaal Fun Unlimited, directed by Rohit Shetty, starring Ajay Devgan, Arshad Varsi, Tushar Kapoor and Sharman Joshi. Thank you for watching Vision of Asia, Voice of the Community tonight. We value your feedback and suggestions on community news coverage for both our television and print platforms. Please email us at events@itvgold.com. Stay connected with us on Facebook at itvgold and subscribe to our YouTube channel for the latest updates. You can also grab a free copy of Desi Talk at the Tri-State or Chicago region for news, entertainment and events. Check out the News India Times newspaper online at www.newsindiatimes.com or call 212-675-7515 to get a hard copy. Thanks for tuning in. This is Nidhi Kathuria signing off.